Hello my dear professionals, welcome to the channel. So today we are discussing on a topic that has been asked by many of you, that why is it so that most of the BTech or engineering graduates end up in IT industry. I know for sure the people who are asking this question are feeling like rebels and they don't want to pursue a path which has been pursued by many others, and they want to do something different in their domain. Like I always say guys, it's not about what somebody else is doing or not doing. It's mostly about what resonates with you, what is more suitable for you. Even if like 90% of the people are following a certain path, and if that path is correct for you and you do not follow it just because 90% of the people are following it and you want to do something different, it will still not bring success to you. So you have to first figure out and evaluate for yourself what it is that resonates with you the most. And with that understanding, let's begin to understand why is it so that most of the people end up in IT industry. Of course, it does not mean that IT industry is for everyone, but still it's important to understand why people end up being there. So if that is something that interests you and you want to have more awareness about this topic, then keep on watching. So to begin with, there are various reasons to it why it is happening, but we'll primarily focus on few which are the major reasons, and the number one of them is awareness, or you can say marketing. Yeah, so you must have observed, like somewhere in your life you come across a product or service which you feel is incredible and it is of very high quality, but you do not understand why lot of people are not using that product, or a lot of people don't know about that product. So that comes down to the marketing, how well the brand has marketed that product, or how much effort that brand is taking to market their product. So likewise is the case for IT industry. When it's time for graduates to finish the school, their graduation school, and to come out of that college life, most of the services companies, mass recruiters like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Genpact, you name it, and all of those services companies visit various colleges, not only limited to tier 1 colleges, tier 2, tier 3, and even below that. They make an effort to go there as well, not because they are sure that they'll find talent there, but it is primarily done to bring a brand awareness to a lot of people and to make that brand reaches more masses. And then what happens is, obviously because these companies come to the colleges, so the college students, staff, they are aware about this brand name, and eventually because those students gets placed into these companies, their parents are aware about it, and then they educate neighbors, relatives, and by the time you know it, most of the circle of society knows about these companies. If you ask any random person in the society about a good IT companies, most likely they are going to name any of these services companies. But you and me who are working and are familiar with IT industry, we know how far the reality is. Anyway, so that is the number one reason, awareness or marketing. So there are many other companies who are not into IT domain. They are incredible, they are doing really well, they have great product and services, but they do not market themselves, as in they do not visit these colleges where most of the pool is of these students. So it's become very unlikely for students to know about those good brands who do not visit the campus. So whatever you think is good is only because you know about it, you are aware about that name, you are familiar with it. Basically, if it is good or not, that's altogether a different question, but just because you're familiar with that name, with that brand, your mind makes a perception that this is good or that is good. And that is the main reason why most of people end up being in IT industry. And now moving on to the second reason. So of course now there are a lot of private good companies about whom students do not know, but of course there are other companies in PSUs, in government sector, which everybody knows about, but still most of the students prefer being in IT industry. Why is it so? Why they do not get absorbed into government sectors or PSUs? Number one reason is lack of number of opportunities. If you compare the number of opportunities which PSU has in comparison to IT industry, is very minimal, and that too when it comes to freshers, it's negligible. And whatever opportunities you get, the selection process and the application process makes it even difficult. So that is again another reason. The application process of these jobs takes a way long time, and it's unnecessarily complicated is what I feel. You have to fill a form, I think online or offline. You pay a certain fee and then you wait for 2-3 months for them to arrange for an aptitude test or something of that sort. You go through, appear through that test, and then results are out even after 1 or 2 months of that, so which in general makes this timeline huge. And who has time for all of that? So obviously people will try for quicker options where you just apply and appear for interview and get shortlisted and start in the company. So that is another reason why people choose, or students choose, quick application processes and the number of opportunities. Now the next reason on the list is not specific to freshers. Even experienced people as well, just for this reason, choose IT industry in comparison to other industries. And that reason is infrastructure and culture that you get there. Most of the IT companies offer a great infrastructure. You feel good being there, and working just becomes easier in that setup. Plus the culture, other options like work from home and all, I think it was first introduced by IT companies only. It's such a benefit, like you can work from a remote position whenever you wish to, though now the scenario is different, but it was first, I think, introduced by IT company. I'm not sure or aware if there was any other industry who used to have this kind of option. So it makes it really easy. Plus the work timing, sometimes there can be a situation in your life where you want to pick a shift which is not Indian shift, not specific to your country. You want to work in different shift. Maybe you're studying in that shift, or maybe you're doing something else, or maybe you have two jobs where you want to have another shift in the second job. So IT industry offers that benefit also. If you want to work in night shift, UK shift, US shift, so you have that option, and you can very well align yourself with that job if you want to have something of that sort. Now comes the important point. What if you do not want to end up into being in these familiar companies? You want to be into some different industry. Then what you have to do? What is that one thing that will help you? See, the only thing that you need to do is raise your awareness level. Most of the time it happens, you get to know about a company that is not into IT industry, or that is not very famous among people, and you never know it is a good company, but you get skeptical about it and you choose a IT company or some familiar company over it because you are not aware about it. What you have to do is you have to do a proper R&D about companies. Get familiar with the good companies out there. Maybe you find something which resonates with you more than just being in IT industry. And again, I'll say, do not ignore or reject any IT company just because it is an IT company and most of the people choose it, so you don't want to choose it. Don't fall into that trap, because that will take you nowhere. I have personally hired early professionals from government organization, and obviously you go through a lot of screening process. There's a long application process. You go through the test and you sit through the interviews, and then you get to be selected into the organization. Obviously it's a good one, but the people whom we hired in the companies, obviously those who are into IT industry, private companies, MNCs, these people have come back to me just to share the feedback, the difference that they have felt in the government organization and in IT companies. They found it very difficult to make a difference there because it's more rigid in terms of processes, the staff, the number of people of their age group were less there, so it was really difficult to mingle with them and just to make an impact there, to get them heard into that crowd. So I'm not saying it's there's something right or wrong. It's just that what works for you. If you like being into that set of environment, it's good for you, then you should go ahead and choose that one. But if you're somebody who doesn't like that kind of environment, but you're going there just because somebody else feels it's a good job to do, your parents feel, or your neighbors, or anybody, that is the reason you are choosing it, then it's a very wrong way of deciding things. Also, I want to touch upon one more thing. I get a lot of messages from students who have faced gap because of preparation of government exams, civil exams, bank exams and stuff like that. So to all these people, I want to say, you don't let your skills die in that preparation. Do something in parallel, just so that if that does not work out, you still feel worthwhile. Otherwise, most of these people who have this gap, they feel I couldn't make it to that exam, I couldn't make it to the rank I desired for. Now it's like I'm good for nothing, and now I cannot start back into IT industry because I have a lot of gap. Number one, obviously you can start back. It's just your assumption. You have to prepare yourself for IT company interview like you did for your civil services exam. Obviously it's not that hard, but whatever you are trying to take up, you have to prepare for that and prepare well, and so that your confidence does not dwindle down when you are preparing for that long duration, take up something in parallel. I have even seen people who do the job, their regular 9 to 5 job, and then in parallel they prepare for these exams if they aspire to be in those fields. So you can also do that. This will help you to build up your confidence and to let you know where your actual interest is. Sometimes you just prepare for the exam blindly because your parents have told you or you think it's a good idea, but when you do the actual job you get to know, no, this was something I was looking for, this is the actual job that I like to do, and then you stop continuing preparing for those exams. Or it can be the case that you do not like doing that 9 to 5 job, then you will know beforehand, even after you don't clear your exams, your civil services exam or your state exams, your bank exam, you will for sure know that I don't want to get to 9 to 5 job because I've already done it and I know that's not my cup of tea. So you will discover something else. At least you will not have that false image in your mind, oh my god, now I cannot go back to IT company as well because I've lost the chance, I have the gap, and so on. So it is very important for you to not let the skills die and to have that confidence in yourself. Just do something in parallel. Do not just sit there being dependent on the results of those exams and have your life dictated by those exam results. Do not do that. Have something in parallel, either a job or a freelancing, something that interests you. So guys, that was my opinion, and I really hope I answered your question that why most of the IT freshers end up into IT industry. I hope you derived some value out of it, and if you still have any questions and you want to take some discussion further, leave them in the comment section so that I can take a look, and I'll try to keep the discussion on as much as I can. With that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.